Hi, I'm Daniw. I'm a naturalist. We're here in Bahay Kalipay, Palawan, and here's my story. The story of Bahay Kalipay, it started 2009. We co-founded this, or I co-founded this with Pai Villaraza. He's a healer who stayed in the deserted island of Kalipay in San Vicente. So prior to that, there's a long story of traveling, journeying, asking, seeking, and I think he came to Palawan after maybe around 5 years of spiritual journey. So we co-founded this, and we started, actually this became our home. This is actually our home. We started accepting friends who resonated with the modality we are offering, which is called inner dance. It is in a very simple way of explaining, it is like a movement meditation, because you go within. The essence is going inwards until you will become so silent that you can only listen to yourself and to your voice. So the effect of this can be manifested through movements. Some people would express their emotions like crying if they're sad, or laughter if they feel happy. Some people will just stare blank at the space and really feel what's happening to themselves. So this is the symptoms that we see to each and every individual who would experience inner dance when they go within. And we put up Bahay Kalipay so that that space, or that time that people are processing, they are held well, that there's no judgment, that they could really feel that they are accepted, or that they could reveal their true self, or that they could just let go of the titles. There's no doctor, there's no lawyer, there's no chef. No one is, superior from anyone who would come to Bahay Kalipay. Bahay Kalipay is the first raw vegan community retreat center in Asia, and that has the inner dance modality and raw food combined. People would just come, and that happened because if you are really doing what you love doing, then people will resonate with that, and then you will attract them. You don't have to pretend, you don't have to put coloretes and kung ano-ano pa, diba? Matututo na sila, and they would really feel that you're genuine with what you're offering, and they would come. For me, personally, I want Filipinos to come. I want mothers to come. I want single women and men to come, because they are the ones who should be prepared and should know things in life ahead rather than parang pagsisihan after ma-experience na yung mga kaguluhan sa mundo or sa sarili, di ba? Kasi ang pinaka-importanting aspeto ng buhay is the support system. It's really the support system. If you don't have a support system, it's very hard for you to even solve a problem. That's the challenge, actually, because 95% or 98% of our guests are actually foreigners. So now that it's pandemic, now that we're experiencing this lockdown and no one can travel here in Palawan, well, definitely we have to innovate. We have to act what we have been teaching or we have been sharing, right? So the positivity, looking at the solution, or focusing on creating than reacting. So this is actually although it's a challenge, it's a beautiful place to be, because this is the life that we've been talking about. This is the reality. you cannot always have, everything in a silver platter, or not everything can be given to you in a way that you would want to receive it. So for us, we started innovating and realizing that we were so focused pala on serving the foreigners na that we stopped on the main reason why we are here. Because we are Filipinos, so we should be serving Filipinos.
As an entrepreneur, when I landed in Puerto Princesa, that was 14 years ago, you know what I observed? Although there's so much heart with the people, there's so much innocence that time when we came. There's so much innocence, there's so much, it's so laid back. And of course, all the entrepreneurs would experience this for many years. It's the skill of the Palaweños. It wasn't developed yet at that time. Now it's very different. Now, like, everyone knows everything. But when we started, it was really a struggle, because you know that I taught my staff for 6 years. Well, of course, for Bahay Kalipay, we have a different set of people that we want to work with us, and then they became families as well. But you have to be there. The struggle is actually a sacrifice, not a struggle. It's a sacrifice that you have to accept, because you like me, I decided to embrace the weaknesses of everyone. We really hired people who are locals, who are in the local villagers, and they're not so exposed at that time to anything. So we had to really teach them. It was a long, draining training.
I understand.
It was a long, draining training. But it was okay, because you are building a relationship more than the business. It's a very different business treatment with Bahay Kalipay compared to other businesses. If you won't be able to accept the lifestyle that we are introducing, it's like just one way of saying, please don't come. We don't need you. The guests here, they clean their own room, they wash their own dishes, they walk barefoot. So we have different types of guests. So abundance in many aspects, meaning, is the business giving you emotional freedom? Is the business giving you financial freedom? Is the business giving you or making you closer to your spiritual practice? So we have it all here. We don't have to be, to have a lot of money, but we feel abundant all the time. So even this time that there is pandemic, if you have that kind of belief and perception, then you won't really look into the monetary side. So going back to balance, yes, there's a balance in terms of being a mom and entrepreneur, because we set up this business, the business model of Bahay Kalipay is set up wherein we are giving a lot of the system, the whole system is set up wherein we are giving a lot of trust to the people inside, because it has become a family and a community space. Success is equal to happiness. When you are happy, then you are successful. When you feel elated and then you can sleep in the evening with a smile, then you are successful. But the point is, how is the success giving you that prolonged happiness? Does it give you just like, oh, I was able to buy makeup because I'm successful, and then I'm happy. Then when you wake up in the morning, wait, why am I sad? That can, business women or businessmen or entrepreneurs would always say success is equivalent to happiness. But the point is, how much happiness are you really getting from your successes, or how many businesses you have? So we have to weigh that, because as we are saying, success is money, happiness, you cannot buy happiness at all. So unless you feel it, and then unless you are seeing it as abundance, that you go beyond and above money, then that's when you can really say that it is successful. Being an entrepreneur needs a lot of courage and confidence. Being an entrepreneur needs a lot of knowledge, also know-how and trust. So I feel that I was able to dive into this industry of having my own business because there came a point that I could already say that I know myself. Kilala ko yung sarili ko. So there are moms who are still struggling in identifying what they want. If you are in that state, then don't just jump. When you don't love yourself and you are not whole in entering any type of business, whether it's just cooking lugaw or preparing or doing like anything, any service to anyone, then I would say that you take a pause and start loving yourself first. The moment you feel that you are whole, everything will flow. Everything will flow. If you feel that you are doing this because of your passion, and that is the key ingredient now, passion and authenticity and truth. Diba? Authenticity is truth. Passion and authenticity. If you have those two ingredients after knowing and loving yourself more, then go for it. Diba, most slowly, the 2020 should be forgotten. For me, it's not there. For me, this is my most creative moment. This is my most fulfilling moment. This is the moment that I've been waiting for, not because a lot of people are dying, but this is the moment where a lot of people are actually living. This is the moment where a lot of people are actually looking within and saying and asking themselves, is this the life that I want? Because if I talk about this 14 years ago, they won't listen. No one would listen. If I talk about Bahay Kalipay as this for locals or to anyone in the Philippines, there is just few people who would be able to resonate. But this is our moment as a person to really like be with who we are. Like, the be do have. You have to be first before you can do and you can have everything, rather than have first and do something and be someone. Hey, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for this privilege that I was able to say something about our essence, why we are here. So you can know more about Bahay Kalipay via our website. It's bahaykalipay.com, and then we also have Facebook account, the Bahay Kalipay Center. So you would find there our daily yoga classes, and even when we cannot accept guests here, you would see like a daily content that would inspire you, and then that would feed your soul. And don't forget also, we are now focused on serving the local Palaweños and hopefully the whole Philippines. So for Palawan, for Palaweños, please visit the Home Detox and Nourish. All the things that we're offering here in Bahay Kalipay to everyone on site, we can actually deliver it to your home. So hopefully if we would be allowed to give massage or oil therapy, essential oil therapy, or even colonic therapy, we could bring it to you in your very own home. But if you need healthy food, from fresh juices to green smoothies to raw food cleanses, then we would be able to deliver it to your doorstep. And the best thing that we are so happy with what we've created is the Butsa Kombucha. So there are 13 different colors, 13 different vibrant colors. So visit us also in our Butsa site, which is Butsa Kombucha. So there you'd also find everything about this probiotic drink. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.